I'm your Vintage Stick, and welcome to another Vintage Review. Now, everyone knows that I love Pokemon. Of course, look, I have two Bulbasaur pins on my little collar here. Like, everyone knows that Bulbasaur is my favorite Pokemon. And that's just because he's the right choice. But Pokemon doesn't always have the greatest choices when it comes to just who to pick and I don't know, just designs, looks, and even just names, but I'm mostly basing this off of designs. This is going to be my top 5 least favorite Pokemon. Now, this is just my opinion. If one of your favorite Pokemon is on this list, I'm sorry, I don't like him. But, yeah. So anyway, without further ado, let us go on to number 5. Number 5. Hitmonlee. Now you might be asking me, why do you hate Hitmonlee? Well, it's simple. Hitmonlee's design is just bizarre to me. It's not the bizarrest on this list, don't get me wrong. I hate on Pokemon just because I don't like the looks of them, and I don't know why. Hitmonlee is a pretty tough Pokemon, but compared to Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, who are both respectively a boxer and a kickboxer, Hitmontop is a weird, just kind of spin top that I don't get why it was thrown into the Hitmon lineage. And even the pre-evolution is a wrestler, Tyrone, or whatever it is. They all are cool designs, but just Hitmontop doesn't fit the bill of the Hitmon evolution line. Alright, so Hitmontop is just not a good Pokemon. On to number 4. Number 4, Swalot. So, Swalot is a weird one for me. I didn't really like him whenever I played Pokemon, like the 3rd generation of Pokemon, and it's just a weird design. I didn't like Goblet either. So I never really caught him, and I never really saw the evolution until I would just randomly run into it, like a trainer would have it randomly. And I was like, ugh, I don't too much care for that. And it's just the design. The design kind of creeps me out. I don't know why. It's the mustache. I'm not a big fan of mustaches to begin with, and especially real thin noodle ones. They kind of give me Mr. Touchy vibes, and I don't really appreciate that. So, yeah, Swalot. Sorry, I'm just gonna slap you at number 4. Anyway, on to number 3. Number 3, Quilladin. So I don't know what it is with Pokemon or Game Freak designing crappy middle evolutions, but Chespin's middle evolution, Quilladin, is not a good looking middle evolution. Chespin itself is fine at the as the first level, and then the final evolution, I don't know what the final evolution is. I didn't choose Chespin because I wasn't a nerd, but Quilladin is a weird design. It's too rounded, and it looks like it just went from being either cute or it was going to evolve into something menacing to I could kick that thing 5 states away and not have to deal with it again. And it just looks like if you were to just tap it over, it wouldn't get back up. And so Quilladin is the number 3 spot. So, on to number 2. Number 2, Palpitoad. So, Palpitoad is a just ugly middle evolution. Tiemple is cute as the baby evolution, the starting of a line. And then Seismitoad's pretty cool looking. I have a Seismitoad in my black and white party when I was playing my own run of the game. But Palpitoad, I could not want to get out of having him fast enough. He has 2 little dippy arms, and he's not what you would picture Seismitoad evolving from, and it's not really just, I don't know. It's not a good design, I don't believe. And yeah, again, all I'm doing is basing this off of designs, really. So take it with a grain of salt. Seismitoad, Palpitoad has some decent stats that go into Seismitoads, so, but it's just an ugly experience having to look at that thing while you're leveling it up to get to Seismitoad. So, anyway, on to the honorable mentions. The honorable mentions. In no real particular order, Ammonite, Togepi, Zangoose, and Prinplup. These guys have just never been some of my favorite Pokemon. I have never chosen a Piplup whenever I started Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Ammonite, the other fossil, is just better. Togepi, I just put the egg back into the PC before I can even hatch it in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And then Zangoose, that's from the Hoenn region again. It's just an for me. All of them are ehs. They're not terrible enough to slap themselves up in the top 5, but their designs are just something I don't really too much care for, so that's why they're getting the honorable mention spots. Thank you. Now, on to number 1. Number 1. Snivy. I loathe Snivy. I cannot stand it. I do not like the Pokemon in any way, shape, or form. Like, there is an unbridled rage within me for some reason against Snivy. Snivy's design, first off, that snake is way too smug for its own good. And then, just as it evolves, it starts to lose progression of the fact it has hands. That is kind of ridiculous to me. My opinion? Why evolve backwards? Evolution is supposed to be the continuous growth of a species, is it not? You look at Emboar and the Shashawat or whatnot, and you see them evolve into pretty strong looking Pokemon. But then you look at Snivy's final evolution, and it's lost its legs and arms. And I don't care if it says that its arms are just hidden in its coat. That's stupid. The stupid design of its royal-looking stupidity. And then it just gets smoked by the gyms following it. Like, the gyms suck for Snivy to be chosen. Snivy got the shaft, 1 in its design, 1 in its evolution, 2 in its evolution line, 3 in the fact it just looks smug, and then, honestly, I just hate it. Oh my god, it fills me with an unbridled rage that I just can't stand. So, Snivy earns the number 1 spot on my most hated Pokemon list. So while not probably bad Pokemon in their own rights, like they could have probably some of the best stats, and I would never know because I'm not going to use them because they're just not cool looking. Like, yeah, Bulbasaur is not always the coolest looking Pokemon, but like he's just a cute guy. I mean, but I like their designs, and I don't like any of these Pokemon's designs, especially Snivy. Snivy, oh my god, I don't like Snivy. And so I just got off of a Discord call with one of my friends, and his cousin said I was wrong. So I'm already being told I'm wrong before this thing even comes out. Ain't that wild? So anyway, I've been your vintage stick, and remember to keep it sticky. Bye-bye.